Hello, and welcome back to more Attack by Juju for Game Boy Advance. We're in the Sun Temple, and whoa, they are, that is very bright. Is that supposed to be the sunlight?
I think so, yeah, because
that.
your meter is going up, so absolutely.
Oh, I did not even notice that. Wow, okay, yes, okay.
There's some shadow to the right. There you go. Okay, at least it immediately goes down once you hit, something. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I can see how this level's going to be hard now.
Yeah, so I was telling Mayo this off screen. So the long play that we've looked to for a few things, this level was by far, like not even close, was the longest of the bunch. So I don't know if it's because it's difficult, long
Maybe
stages, or like
all the above.
Of all the above. Yeah, like I don't know what made it so long in that video. Maybe that person just sucked at that level only, for all we know. I genuinely have no idea.
Switches again. Okay, a whole bunch of these for reasons. Thanks for the extra light. Yeah, I wish lives were more useful.
Yeah, you're starting to get stacked like me. I was getting very stacked.
Like,
I had a little bit more than you, obviously, but yeah, I had about this many myself for the most part.
Like, they would be way more useful if you just had proper checkpoints, but no. Gotta start the levels over.
Checkpoints. Jack 2 syndrome.
This game has Jack syndrome hard. It's gonna be hard to shoot.
That's gonna be a game I'm gonna end up replaying soon, I think, because I never finished Jack 2. My sort of like playthrough of it after not playing it for a long period of time.
I know. I still have that hero mode playthrough just lingering in the background. When
the heck are we gonna do Jack 1? Maybe we should do that before we even consider the hero mode streams.
I feel like I'm supposed to be able to climb that, but I cannot get it every time I jump. Jack 1, I don't mean, like, it's a short game, which is good.
Oh yeah, it's definitely shorter than anything, or anything, any of the other Jack games that we played. Is what I meant to say. I'm didn't mean to say anything.
Oh, you can say it on like this. Okay.
Like, I don't know if I've mentioned it on video, or honestly, I don't even know if I mentioned it to you before too. But the first time I ever 100%ed Jack 1 was literally during my time in Japan. I had enough time to do it. It was that short. Now, people might be wondering, well, why were you playing Jack in Japan? Well, because, look, I had nothing else to do during some downtime. And also, stop asking questions. I ask the questions around these parts. Who gave you permission? Not even Mayo can ask questions. I don't allow him.
Not this again. No. You go away right now, water.
Ooh, what if they give you a fish power-up again? I'm surprised they haven't given you any of the other power-ups, to be fair.
The fish, or what was the other transformation? There was another transformation.
It was the chicken shoot. Suit.
That was it. Yes, thank you.
Though, to be fair, I found the chicken suit to be more annoying just because you couldn't force yourself to go down. Like, when you jumped in the air, you had to slowly float downwards.
I mean, that was boring, but I could live with it.
Oh yeah, it was definitely boring.
Oh, that's the end of the stage. Uh-oh. I'm very understacked for this stage.
Well, it's because you've been scared about the sunlight.
Yes!
Finally, a game that understands how us gamers feel about sunlight.
Finally, getting representation.
Who would have thought it took until TAC GBA? Please note, this is all a joke, guys. Don't get offended, please. And also, don't press that bell button.
Oh, don't even think about pressing that bell.
It's funny because there was a video I was watching the other day, and I thought they were gonna say don't touch it, like really don't press that bell button or whatever. Like I thought they were gonna do that full shebang too, but they didn't. And I was so disappointed that they didn't, because it was like a relatively big channel, and I was like, dang it, you just had one job, and that was to tell everyone to to not press the button.
I mean, it's probably
they were like,
surprisingly enough, it's probably more accurate to say that. Like, you'd probably get more people to press it than you would by asking them, because people just tune you out.
Yeah, exactly. Like especially how the way the video was like formatted, like it definitely sounded like they were this close to genuinely just like to fulfilling the joke more or less. But they, I guess they were too scared or something too, because they didn't do it. It was a very disappointing situation, in my humble opinion.
I think I'm back at the beginning. Yes, okay, and I only found a single sheep that entire time. That's not good. How did I miss that one?
With intent.
Oh, okay. Can't argue with facts. There are 3 more sheep here somewhere, and no clue where they are. I'm sorry, I'm assuming there's 3. After that one stage, I can't assume anymore.
That's true. There probably is, because I think in one of the guides that I was reading about it, I want to say that they said, like, specifically mentioned how this was the only stage, or I mean, not this stage, but that was the only stage that for some reason was like that or something. Oh, not the guide. It was a video. All the videos or all the guides have just been freaking silly. All the guides have been like, play the level.
Gee, thanks. You see, this is why I have a lot of fun when we're trying to do stuff like Month of Glory. Because that's what all the guides are like for those games. So if we ever get stuck
it's not even that they were like, I don't know where the things are, just play the game and you'll maybe find them or something. It was literally just, they were literally just like
play it.
They were literally just repeating essentially what the goal of the game already told you. It's like, that's not a guide at that point. You're just writing what the game is telling me to do already. It's like,
There's gonna be something up there, but can't see. There are 3 sheep somewhere, and I don't know where.
maybe this is why this guy took a long time. Maybe he had issues getting all the sheeps.
Maybe.
This is a more, I guess, open level compared to
the
last few, so it wouldn't be the most far-fetched thing to assume.
Could happen. Here's this
ear itches.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. This thing maybe I can carry it over here and throw it out there. This looks weird, but that's about the only lead I have on this.
Only science could help us in this situation. As scientists, we would be able to figure out without a problem.
Maybe there is just no solution.
The solution is death. Mwahaha.
Oh, there's platforms up there. Or at least it looks like there is. You gotta get up there if it is. Close with that. I've got no leads. I've got nothing. Well, this is the video now. I'm just going to be wandering around this first stage looking for these last few sheep.
I love the Sun Temple.
Well, you know, we're already getting close to the length of the last part. Yeah.
We really?
Yes, we are.
Jeez, how long was the last one?
It was only like 15 minutes.
Oh my gosh. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. It definitely did go fast. It's just, I guess I didn't expect it to go that fast.
Oh, let's say something too. I can't tell what's decoration or not.
Yeah, this also has a kind of bad foreground than actual thing problem too, I've noticed. At least for me, I would say so. So it's just one of those things where it's like it's really light, you know, like that. I don't know why people do that, or yeah, why game devs did that, where they would just be like,
Oh, yeah.
"Oh, the background is just the same thing, but lighter."
Yeah, a lot of games did that. I suppose it was their idea of shading, and it just didn't work.
I'm gonna bring something like Donkey Kong Country as a good example of something that like a game that did something very similarly to that, but like you could like they made the things. I think it had to do with the parallax scrolling a bit, if there even was any of that. But either way, like they made everything that you could touch pretty distinct. So I'm like, I don't know, why don't they just look at a game like that, or hell, look at something like Super Mario World's too simple looking of a game. I was gonna say something like that. Just base it off of that.
I never had issues with knowing where to jump in Super Mario World, personally. Mind you, I never got to
Well,
like the really hard stuff, but
well, it's a very simple looking game. Like the background is quite obviously the background. There's not all this like extra detailing and stuff that is like happening here.
I mean, like that's still a way to get around it, though. Simplicity works. I am still clueless. Something's gonna work eventually.
Keep telling yourself that, Mayo. It just might happen.
This is the only thing that looks remotely like something that could be hard to do, and I've just got no clue what to do with it. And of
Really
course,
doesn't
there's
help.
also the option there's nothing. There could easily be nothing there, and it's just weird lighting. I don't know.
It's so weird too, because like everything looks the same.
It does. I've gotten all the sheep that I saw along the path. What's left, I don't know. Does that video guide get all 12 of them?
I can look.
I mean, it's better than stumbling
I
on
like
for
I like
another
how we
15
just call it a
minutes.
video guide when it's technically not. We've just given up.
It's all we have.
Let's see. This attack GBA long. Probably don't need to put the full title.
Why do you can just charge up and run like that? Well, okay, I'm just gonna make a habit of that now.
God, this guy's video guide it's so much longer by a long shot. This entire Sun Temple, it's like, oh my god, it's like 30 minutes long.
Only 30 minutes. I envy them.
Wait a minute, is this the first stage?
Yes, it is.
His says 9.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not. It says 9.
It happened again.
Right, I'm just keeping the. How do they screw up that bad this time, though? At least the first one was 1.
Okay, look for a couple others. I'm gonna pause the recording while we figure this out. Okay, 1. Hey, guess what? Yeah, it's another one. There's supposed to be 9.
Yep.
So we wasted our time again.
Lovely. Yep, we looked to a few videos, and most of them had 9, but there was one with 12, and they were playing on a GBA player, so their copy was bugged, like 100%. It wasn't just, say, an emulation problem or that sort of thing.
Sheep!
You know, unless this person was a freak and played the game, an emulated version of the game on their GBA player, which
I mean, you
if
could,
they did that,
but
then
why?
you're weird. Because freaks of nature do exist, Mayo.
Oh,
just
yay.
Look at us.
I did it. I found the fish. I'm feeling so accomplished. Oh, darkness. Oh, no. Get out of here, Numa Bay. You aren't welcome here. Hey, can I get the chicken soup back? I'd rather have that. Still controls like crap, by the way.
I'd rather have neither.
Well, I mean, yes. That is the obviously correct choice.
I didn't say it on video, so I'll say it here. I personally, even though it was mentioned in the last part, I personally did not find this to be too bad, actually. They're rather Numa Bay as a whole, but I also didn't have the control problems that he
like
has.
It still controls like absolute garbage.
Like I when he says that, I don't know what he means, unfortunately. Like I'm not saying that he's wrong. I just when I played it, I just didn't see it personally. I thought it.
I think if I can describe it, absolutely not.
No. He's not better. Okay, so it's funny because then I get to finish my sentence again. Just like, when I told you, I just didn't word it well. I think he controls better than Tack in the water.
Still no.
I think he does.
I would rather play as Echo than this. I will say it. It's that bad.
I mean, no, Echo controls like ass. I don't think it's that bad. Well, I don't even think Echo controls inherently too terrible. I think it's mostly
the issue with Echo is that it goes in an arc at all times.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is very annoying to say the least.
It's an issue that I mostly don't have with this. Biggest issue I have with the fish is that it just loves floating up and down all the time, so I will just barely get hit by things because they love throwing that fish into narrow passageways over and over and over again.
Up for no reason. It is very stupid.
I feel like over half my deaths with that stupid fish were because it would suddenly decide, okay, it's time for you to go up now. Oh, the spikes right there? So, don't care.
It's really weird because I remember you also having issues with like inputs, like essentially ghost inputs happening.
Yes.
But I never had that issue personally for me.
I don't need the bombs anymore. Are you kidding me?
Problem.
I don't need bombs.
Wait, you don't?
No. The rattle shockwave is good enough. Okay.
My gosh. Because of course it is.
I had to test
We
this one.
can't even act surprised. Also, it's nice that you could get near, like, you don't have to get in range of these shamans to attack. You can just hit them from a
Oh yeah, it's so
distance.
nice.
Though, to be fair, I'm pretty sure you could probably do something very similar with, what's it called? Just by stunning them. It'd probably work just as efficiently or effectively.
Probably, but it's less risky this way. Get me
Oh,
out
for
of
sure.
here. Right, game. You had your throwback to the fish. Now I better never see it again.
I mean, there's only 2 worlds left, this included.
Jump now, please. Thank you.
So even if it does have its little fish time, it can't be that crazy, right? Like,
Famous last words.
wait, actually, what if Tlaylock's castle or Tlaylock's lair, whatever the hell the name of the last level is, what if it is just a water level?
One ruled out.
I feel like Mayo would just turn off the game at that point and be like, all right, well, he's over. We're not finishing the game.
And that's it. Game's over.
Thank you all for watching. No.
Okay. There's not so many sheep are here. 11.
Cheap?
Like, I'm still a little scarred about sheep after last time. What does what you even do? Just open
Fish?
that.
I demand Crash Twin Sanity LP.
Okay, just get through all the other. Wait, you can see on the buttons. Or okay, I guess you can't. It's just it was on a very precise pixel. I also have a really bad habit of forgetting you shoot upwards. Oh yeah, that is a thing you can do.
Yep. You can aim in 8 directions. I know, it's crazy.
It is.
I'm surprised you never bothered trying. Like, you can't even blame the game entirely on that. You just didn't bother trying. Because I tried. Yeah, because I tried it. It worked immediately.
The game doesn't tell you at any point. It's like there's
it doesn't tell you, yeah, but at the same time, it's one of those awkward things where you don't really need to aim in any direction for the most part. Like, there's sometimes maybe that aiming up is, like, nice, but that's, like, it's so uncommon that it barely.
Sheep!
Sheep?
I like sheep.
What about
I like sheep a lot.
fish?
Look, I know you really want to play Crash Twin Sandy. You're gonna have to wait a while.
Yeah, like 7 years at this point.
Maybe you should actually get around to the first game.
Well, you say that, but I'm in like an awkward spot where there's like.
Oh, I know you got KH3, and then there's Melody of Memory, Dora's Mask, Justice for All. You got a whole bunch of things on the backlog. You better not even think about starting any of those other long games like Xenoblade. Oh boy, is that gonna?
I feel like at this point we're gonna use that, or especially me, I'm gonna just use that as my excuse to never play any of those long games. I'll be like, I got so many other short games I can play. though
I'm just under the assumption that you would probably just turn them into stream games.
Yeah, probably. But I will say that I was gonna say something and I forgot what it was already. Potato salad, I guess. When in doubt, say whatever comes into your brain.
And of course, it's always potato salad.
Which again, neither of us like, but we just enjoy saying the word, especially me. There was something I was gonna say. What were we talking about?
Of course,
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
how
I
we roll.
remember. I remember what I was gonna say. I was just gonna mention how, speaking of Kingdom Hearts 3, that has been, I think, our longest Alpino pile. It's well over 50 parts. Or well into, I should say.
Yeah. Mind you, part length doesn't really mean anything anymore, but
Yeah, but I mean, even like before we even get to streams, though, it's pretty crazy to consider the fact that it's gotten to 50 parts.
Oh yeah, it's still easily one
don't
of our longest games. It's the longest,
at
not
least in a
even
while.
close.
Yeah.
But it'll be
What?
it's like it's nowhere near the top. But I mean, I don't know. By the time pro codes are done, it might actually be decently close.
Yep, it could be bad.
Like the question right now is like, is it going to get nitro fueled levels of bad?
I really hope not. I doubt it will, because those were essentially me being limited to like a limited time on a game where I had to grind like crazy, as opposed to a game where I'm gonna be, you know, if I get really good, if I learn how the mechanics and everything work and stuff, then I could easily get it done, I guess. I don't know. I don't think anything's gonna be as bad as that game.
Nothing's gonna be that bad. Shit. Allow me to introduce Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Okay, nothing's gonna be that bad until we get to Xenoblade Chronicles.
It's like by the time we get to Xenoblade X, like the only games that could be worse than that would be like genuine MMOs.
I mean, it's basically an MMO anyway.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why I say like it's the only genre game that could even come close. Hey, remember that time where you were here with the idea of doing Phantasy Star Online 2 when it came out? We almost did it too. Is the worst part.
That's why we should do Phantasy Star NGS, which is essentially the sequel to that game. It's coming out soon.
Yep, I was gonna start playing the original game, then I just didn't. I don't know. Maybe if you release your game more. Oh, I already have all the sheep. More than a decade after Japan got it, then I would care more. But they didn't, so here we are.
They actually updated it, got it up to date in a surprisingly fast time, given the circumstances. Granted, they had to cut a lot of corners, and a lot of the translation was very some. There were points where the translation was laughably bad, just because they cut corners, or they were just like hilarious, like menuing glitches. But they got rid of a lot of things like flavor text for every weapon. Because surprisingly enough, in the Japanese version, they gave flavor text for every weapon. But I mean, now that they all
do what you have to American in order to get it caught up.
Yeah, so in the American version, it's very, or I guess the global version, it's not like that at all. It just has generic text for everything, like this is a weapon that is blue, as opposed to being like, this is a weapon forged from the thing and the blah 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 blah.
I can't really talk on it because, again, I didn't really play it. I installed it. I was going to at one point, but completely lost interest because of how long it took them to get the game out.
Yeah, and I had like I essentially had no interest too, because it felt so weird, essentially backpedaling very hard when I was like essentially at complete endgame on the Japanese version. But I do plan on playing the what's it called? Oh, chicken! They did bring it back. But yeah, no, they the new game I might I intend on playing it for a little bit at the very least, because it's supposed to be essentially a completely new game.
Give it a shot, probably. Just.
And then we'll LP it to 100% completion.
Say it again and I'll hold you to it.
I'm joking. You say you'll hold me to it, and you don't realize that I said we. I didn't say me. I said we.
Oh, I know. But I'm not the one that would be desperately trying to stop.
True. You say that, but I have a feeling we both in this situation would probably be desperately crying at a point. Can't convince me that you and me both wouldn't be crying, essentially.
You know the game better than I do, so I can't talk.
Not the new game. I don't know anything about the new game outside of there's a new game essentially coming out. That's a semi-update according to them, or so. I don't know. It's a game.
They also said they were going to have the international version released in 2011. I've come to not trust their word.
This one is definitely coming out because they already have an open beta. They had a closed beta test that recently ended. So I actually know this one will come out. Unlike the actual game, which, yes, took 10 years to be released.
It released on the PSP, PS Vita. It's probably on some guy's fridge. It was on everything.
On the PSP, but it was on the Vita. Those servers are no longer allowed to be accessed. The servers are dead.
Well, I said it was, not is.
Oh, yeah, no, I just want to mention that for everyone, I guess. That if anyone was curious, that it was on every console
under the sun.
I mean, it was even on the Switch, so
yeah.
And that was honestly the easiest way for people to play it on, out of states that weren't already playing the game, or in the states that weren't already playing the game.
Yeah, makes sense because it's not region locked.
You want to know the worst?
Come on, game, really?
You want to know the worst part about it, though, Mayo?
Oh, no, not again. What is it?
It was a cloud-based game.
You want to instantly kill my, or most people's, for that matter, interest in a Switch game? Say it's cloud-based.
You want to know what people did when it came out on the Switch? Players downloaded it, did the only things they needed to do on Switch to get the Legend of Zelda costume, and then they immediately never played the Switch version ever again.
Yeah. Why would you make it You had it running Stadia? On the PS Vita. Unfortunately, I do.
Whatever happened to that thing?
Oh, it's still around, according to Google. I haven't heard anybody else say it's around, but I've heard Google say it's around. As recently as earlier today.
Really? I thought they actually shit canned me.
They might as well have. But no, it's still going. Google insists it's still a thing, and nobody believes them. Or should they? Don't give them their money. They don't deserve it.
Yeah, the last time that I saw anything relating to the Stadia was when I went to a Wikipedia article that mentioned that it was released on the Stadia. And I was like, oh yeah, that thing existed. And then I was going to go to the Stadia page to see if the Stadia still existed, because I actually had no idea. I was going to go to the Stadia Wikipedia page, but I just didn't care enough, so I didn't.
And that is the correct response. Also, I'm missing 4 sheep somewhere, and this is worrying me.
Let me look at the video just to be sure. There are 9 sheep here. This is the last level had 11, right?
I think so. This is the 3rd one.
This is the 3rd area?
Yeah.
Let's see. This guy still threw bombs at the thing. Really? It was the 3rd area? The 3rd area has 11.
No,
I think this is the 4th area. I think you were you might have miscounted, because the 4th area has 0 out of 9, according to the guide.
Okay,
or not the guide, the video. This is also the one with the chicken suit too, so yeah, you just miscounted. So they're somewhere. Also, he had 6 out of 9 for a very long period of time.
Well,
So
I don't even have that much. The last 3 are all here at the end of the level. Boom, boom, boom. So I guess I don't have a choice. Gotta reload. I'm gonna count that as a death. Because there's a point of no return.
there's a point of death also.
Yeah. Okay, get me out of here. Okay.
Oh god, wait, you have to redo this entire stage again?
Yeah, I had to. Because there's, like I literally have said like 3 times now, there is a point of no return. I could not get past that point.
I thought you save stated.
At the beginning of the level?
This is the wrong level, though.
Oh, I did not even notice that until now. Well, okay, I guess I'm doing 2 levels, whatever.
I might even pause the recording right here.
Yeah, time to pause the recording. See y'all in a moment.
Okay.
Right, it's going again. Hi, back.
Hello.
So apparently all 4 of the sheep I missed are in this chicken section. I just don't have the slightest clue where they would be.
Fly everywhere.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Instead of return to monkey, return to chicken.
Okay.
But just this once. As we all know, turning to monkey is, in fact, better.
There's a chicken there.
But not a monkey? Disappointing. I'm going to turn that chicken into chicken tenders.
And that's just an inevitability.
I can't tell if it's truly a threat or not.
You're the one that said it. You know, that's the end of the chicken section. That's it. There's nothing here. I don't feel like I'm rushing over anything.
So this guy, let's see. Double checking. Yeah, he had 6 chicken. Let's see. It's yep, you're going the right way.
Oh, that's just rude. The one spot I didn't fully explore.
I like how they're just all there too. Like they didn't even care.
Oh yeah, the last 3 are all in the same spot too. So
yeah, they really didn't care. There's like only 2 legitimate ones here.
Yep, and they're the first 2. All right, let's get out of this nightmare level.
Oh, you think it's over?
I mean, I know where the ending is.
Haha, Chicken Temple's not done yet, you silly goose.
This isn't Chicken Temple. This is Sun Temple. Totally different.
Oh, Sun Temple. Well, I mean, they praise the chickens in the Sun Temple. Do they? No, they don't. There is an actual chicken temple. I'm just getting my temples mixed up. There's a chicken temple, right? On Chicken Island? Or is it just the Sun Temple?
No, I think Sun Temple was the one in Dry Rock.
Okay. That makes more sense. Okay, I thought I was like going crazy. I mean, I probably am going crazy, but
like you are going. But
yeah, this isn't the crazy that I was thinking about right now. Okay, that makes a lot more sense though. I'm glad we established things.
10, oh yay. So begins anew. Oh yay, more water. Can't move out of this. Okay, I guess I have to get out. Why is there so much water? This is called the Sun Temple, not the Water Temple.
Why am I suddenly getting war flashbacks to Ocarina of Time?
Oh, no, that's not possible. There's no iron boots here.
True. I mean, the 3D version isn't even that bad.
No, I still don't like the 3D version.
Well, they fixed like the biggest problem, which
They
was
fixed
the
the biggest
changing
complaint.
of the boots. I actually kind of like the water temple. I don't hate it, but it's on the lower end of temples for me, for sure. But I don't hate it as much as most people do. That's for sure. I still think Shadow Temple's the worst of the bunch. I love its atmosphere, but the temple itself is very boring. It's very too straightforward for me.
The exact opposite. I vastly prefer the straightforward temples.
Yeah, well, I mean, it just depends on what you're looking for, sort of thing. Like, that's probably why I love, like, every single temple in, what's it called? In Majora's Mask. Well, except for Great Bay, because Great Bay is poo butt.
And again, exact opposite. I actually like Great Bay, and I kind of like Woodfall, and the other two keep them far, far away from me.
See, I actually don't mind Great Bay that much. Like, it's easily my least favorite of the entire one there. Actually, no, I take it back. I think Snowhead's probably my least favorite of the bunch. It's just one of those ones where if you kind of screw up, you can be going up and down and all around for longer than you'd want to. That's like probably the only reason why I would say I dislike it. But Great Bay is hard for annoying reasons too. But Stone Tower, I know you're in a minority in terms of not liking it.
I know. I've never seen anyone else that dislikes it.
So it's funny that you mentioned that, because I think when the game first came out, a lot of people actually put that on the lower end of the spectrum in terms of like temples they liked. But as time has gone on, I think
that's probably just because people like Majora's Mask more nowadays.
Yeah, because that's exactly the same thing happened with Majora's Mask in general too. People stopped disliking the game. Oh, there's a Rhino there.
Yes, there is, and it's useless because there's nothing there.
Oh, you were supposed to kill all those enemies that you did with your rattle. Who cares about that extra life? Don't even get it.
No, absolutely not worth it.
That's what I see. That's a thing that I started doing too when I was playing this game. Is like when there were things that I knew I could ignore, I just ignored them. Oh, fun! You have to do that all over again. You might want to kill those guys though.
This game clearly thinks it has better climbing controls than it does.
Very slippery.
And the game loves entering dual inputs, if you haven't noticed by now. I have been doing that a lot. It's not exclusive to the climbing, like the fish has that issue too. Big surprise, the fish doesn't control well. But it's easily the worst here.
Wait, the climbing, what's wrong with the climbing? Dual inputs? Wait, what?
Yes, it happens all the time.
Well, what are those? What do you mean by those? I'm confused. I mean, maybe I'm just misinterpreting what you're saying.
I don't know how to explain it any more obviously in that.
Like dual inputs, as in it presses an input twice over?
No, isn't it? Well, like if I'm on the D-pad, if I'm pressing right, it'll say, okay, you're pressing right and down, when I'm clearly not.
Oh, yeah, no. So I never had that problem too, so I'm genuinely curious on why you're having that. Like, even with tack on climbing stuff and the fish, like both of them, I did not have that issue. I'm genuinely curious on why you have that problem. That sucks.
And it's really obnoxious. It's like, it doesn't happen in normal gameplay. Tack is fine normally. And it doesn't happen in other games, so I know it's not a controller issue. No!
Emulator problem, maybe?
Not impossible, but doubtful. Why? I hate climbing in this game. I hate it so much.
I mean, even though I didn't have that dual input problem, the climbing is still annoying for me. Like, don't get me wrong, it's very slippery. Like, if there's any problem that I would have, there's that.
Guess I know that was absurdly risky, but at this point, I'm like, whatever.
Mayo's just a risky man.
At this point, yeah. 7-6. Oh boy.
Risky man child, am I right? Haha, you get it?
You're not fighting. See how you can dance. Wait, so like the mountaintop thing, even though mountaintop's not even in this game? Okay.
Dance.
Hint. Who's the better dancer? Try to copy the dance steps to win. Okay.
Look, this
is going to be what we copied from.
Look, they figured they needed to put it in the game somewhere, and I'm okay with that. I still don't know why when I was younger I thought that was like the most impossible minigame of all time.
Oh, well, this is going to be a memorization game. I'm screwed. Left, up, up, down. Okay. Thankfully, the game doesn't punish me for mashing the button. That's what I'm doing. And again, okay. Up, down, left.
Can't believe him. Mayo's
right.
A button master.
You know, right? It's not like Sonic Unleashed trained me to do that for years. Oh, there goes Needles. Okay. Down. Up, down. Down, up,
okay.
Down, up. Wait, what? That was it? I couldn't tell he was going. Is there an indicator for when I'm supposed to start? I'm just gonna start mashing down. Yeah.
You see those blue lights on your platform? They light up. Like they just lit up on his end.
2 left, right. Okay, 2 left, 2 right.
Please tell me that's it. Okay. I missed the moving platform. I like how the disco ball also is like the most like generic, horrible looking disco ball.
Oh yeah. Right, down, left. Okay, that's easy enough so far.
Okay.
Down, left, right, up, down.
Yeah, that's easy. Down, left,
right,
up,
and then down.
Down.
Yay! Stone get!
I mean, they could just steal the moonstone right there. You're just holding it out.
Yeah, they could.
Boy, that was some funky music.
There was music? I mean, I guess there probably was. I couldn't hear it. Huh?
Yeah, that's exactly how you feel. Forget it. I have the final moonstone.
So is that supposed to be a lock over there?
Yes, it is.
Something like him?
It really does.
Excellent. We must hurry now.
I'm ready to fulfill the Perpanunu people's prophecy.
Ah, yes. You were born to be Patrick Warburton.
Yeah, apparently.
How Tadiki now? It is time for lock tickets place in history. Oh, and he's dead again. I guess we gotta go back to Spirit Rock to get Spirit Air Balloon back again.
He needs to go take a poop.
What? No, you can't, ellipses.
I'm still surprised they didn't keep the poop gag.
I'm kind of surprised too. But this series clearly is not above juvenile humor. So. Oh, yes, it can. Juju block use the ellipses. Wrong. What do you are your ellipses? Nope. What the prophecy ellipses? You're making this too easy for me, game. Do I see Ace turning? He's talking about tack. Nah, definitely not.
You just say. Oh.
Of course, Tex fulfilled every task in prophecy. Now it's time for him to complete his quest.
Oh, this is cool. That doesn't happen at all in the original game, but all right.
I mean, kind of does, but not really. Attacking with snail-faced Slaylock. Who? Oh yeah, that one guy that showed up in the middle. We could have just stopped down there, but we decided not to. Good times. Launching your spirit rattle so you may defeat him. You couldn't have done this earlier. If you already
Hey, maybe she didn't have the power because she didn't have the moonstone, okay?
Then we don't need her. We just use the rocks. Just attack when he's distracted.
Come on, I'm not scared of him.
No, in this game you probably should be. Then again, it's bosses, so maybe you shouldn't be. We've only really had one difficult boss so far. Even that wasn't too bad. I will open a moon gate that will take you to his fortress. Just be careful, Tech. They has terrible temper. You think? Nah, not possible.
Do you not see the entire village?
Layla Castle 8-1. Well,
oh gosh, what is this? What is this scary block?
Well, we get to find out next time. See y'all then. We finish off the game. At least I think this is the last part of the game.
It should be, yeah.
Layla's Castle. So better be. Yeah, see y'all then. All toast.
Chicken tenders.
Bye.